All right. Want to welcome everyone to this live stream. And this time I'm not at my house and everything like I was yesterday because yesterday I knew that time would cut me short from when I wanted to go live, between when I wanted to go live and when I wanted to um and when I had some stuff that I had to take care of yesterday morning. So now I'm here, and here is a particular park and everything in my neighborhood that I was able to bus fan at before, and it's also nostalgic to me with the fact that I also was able to go live on. This was the first time I went live, for instance, and I went live on Twitter and stuff. Basically, I tried to find a way to be able to upload the video on Twitter, but I wasn't able to. Excuse me for a second. Okay, sorry. It's just sometimes when some people is playing music so loud and the windows roll down, like you don't want to hear it at all and stuff. Like even with some of my passengers with Via and everything, like one thing I don't understand is that how come some people don't wear headphones in the van and everything? Some commendably do, but not everyone. But yeah, so this is a park that I was at a few times and everything. I was able to bus fan here a while back and everything, shortly before or the pandemic and everything. In fact, this park was new around that time in particular and everything. And I was able to come here a few times and everything. And my dad and and really my parents also was able to walk around here a few times and stuff, especially around the time when he was recovering from surgery, when my dad was recovering from surgery and everything. After being diagnosed with prostate cancer and stuff, he was able to successfully recover from the surgery and everything, and he has been in remission ever since. So you know here's a pretty decent park and everything. Like, landscaping looks really nice. Why this chair is here, I have no idea. But you know, oh, like, commendably, like the area around this park in particular looks really decent and everything. Like, it looks like a nice calming place to just, you know, go somewhere when you practically don't have time to like drive all the way or commute all the way from one place to the next, but you still want to go somewhere decent. One thing I wish they could do is I wish they could clean up the beach in particular, this small little beach right here and everything, and make it like a little bit nicer and everything. I mean, it will get cleaned up one day, don't get me wrong, but still. Well, it could really help to increase the land value and stuff. Now, in some cases, I get why they decided not to do so, only because of the fact that, um, like, looking at the water right here with all the boats and the garbage and everything in the river. So I don't blame some for deciding to just skip the beach altogether and everything, but I still think it would have been nice. Now, you're probably wondering, like, for everyone that's just joining, you're probably wondering about the thumbnail and everything. And, like, at first, when you saw another trans video live and you saw in the thumbnail a picture of Kinky Shario LRV for the Hudson Bergen Light Rail, you're probably wondering, I thought you was gonna be in Jersey City, and turns out, yes, I'm on Staten Island in my neighborhood and stuff. Well, there's a good reason behind that. Here's a Nova coming by. Well, Well, that that was a screenshot of some rail fanning that I was able to take care of on Wednesday, after I dropped off my last passenger and everything. And I dropped off my last passenger over by Grove Street in Jersey City, and while I was on before I went back to the lot to drop off my van and bring my and get my car and come back home and stuff. Basically, while um, I was over by Jersey Avenue and everything. I wanted to take the time to rail fan over by Jersey Avenue because this wasn't uploaded to YouTube yet, but as of last week, I was able to officially rail fan at every location on the Hudson Bergen Light Rail on the main line minus Hoboken Terminal. Oh, and everything. And also the West Side Avenue line. Alright. So basically I have Marin Boulevard, I have Richard Street, I have Garfield Avenue and Martin Luther King Jr. Station, and I have Richard Street, um, and so many other streets. I can't think of the names right now. Cause on Tuesday, while I like this is the crazy thing. I found an even faster shortcut to get to work and everything. Faster than the shortcut that I was already using to go to work and stuff. So it takes me 16 minutes to get to the lot with the time that I leave and everything. It takes me 16 minutes to get to the lot to pick up my van and stuff. And what happened was when I arrived at the lot, Via gave me a van that wasn't there. The system gave me a van that wasn't at the lot for some weird reason and everything. And basically, after being on the phone for a half hour to see if I could potentially get another van, there was no other van available. So what happened was that I got paid just for showing up to work. I got paid just for showing up to work and nothing else in particular and everything. And I was happy. And I was like, you know what? And they told me that I could just go home early and everything. So, I was able to go home and, get some more sleep and everything because I wake up at 4 in the morning to go to work and stuff. And because even though it takes about 20 minutes to get there, I like to leave at 5 and everything because it's always best to leave as early as possible. When you leave in the allotted time, I think an EPA 10's about to come by. No, that's a Chrysler Pacifica. um, it sounded like an EPA. So basically, when I got to the like it takes me 20 minutes to get there, and like one advice that I would like to give is to never ever leave with the exact amount of time it takes to go from one place to the next and everything, because time and unexpected events always happen when you don't want it to and everything. Hey, anyway, I I was able to drive home. Okay, now I think, okay, it's a white Nova. I want to take a blue Nova from Castleton one day. But anyway, it took me a good amount of time to be able to like it's always best to leave early because like normally you don't deal with the traffic situation. The traffic situation is often from individuals that are trying to go there in the exact allotted amount of time and stuff. And because of that, that traffic is often crazy leading up to the time you're supposed to be at work and stuff. So I arrived at the lot like super duper early and everything, like before 5:30 in the morning. And even though I had my like basically like they don't want you to like clock in to like acquire your assigned van and do the vehicle inspection and a half hour, more than a half hour before it's time for your shift to start and stuff. The system doesn't want that for some reason and everything. So I got in my van. I got I got in my van and everything, and I was able to no, I got to the lot, and basically my van wasn't there. I even asked I think it was the fleet manager. I was like, "Where was the van? The van that was assigned with?" I was like, "It's not." He said it's not there. So I called via. They let me know, and I was able to get paid for just showing up to work and everything, which I was content about. And basically, I was like, before I head back home to Staten Island, let me take advantage of the opportunity to rail fan at a series of locations. So I started at Richard Street, and then I tried to go to Danforth Avenue. That's the name. And um, basically, make the long story short, or the make the long story short, the train, like I was able to catch a few trains over there, and because of some road closures and everything, I was slightly redirected all the way to a little bit around. So I was like, let me rail fan at the other two, at the other location that I've yet to rail fan at, because I was able to rail fan at Garfield Avenue. It's just I've yet to upload that to YouTube because I've been busy and stuff, and everything. Like, so basically, I was able to go to Martin Luther King Jr. At station and stuff, and I was able to rail fan there. And I just want to mention something that was kind of funny. Like, one of the train operators looks so much like Will Smith, it ain't funny. Here's a Blue Nova, 8700. I hate that I always miss taking a Blue Nova from Castleton. So after rail fanning there, I decided to go back to Danforth Avenue. I went to Danforth, rail fan there, finally went back home. Next day, they finally gave me a van that was at the lot and everything. And because that was my first time arriving there without having my van there. And basically, make the long story short, it was a uneventful day at work and everything. Usual driving around Jersey City, picking up passengers and stuff, playing music in my van to like give a calm mellow and stuff, because like no matter where you go in this world right now, like it could be pretty stressful. So like if I could help to ease the stress in some way, shape, or form, or that would be beneficial for everyone, then I am happy and stuff. So, you know, uneventful day, and then I was already able to rail fan at Newport and Harrismith Cove and stuff. The only place I've yet to rail fan at on the main line is Hoboken Terminal and stuff, because like it's a little bit, it's like, even though I've been able to pick up and drop off passengers over by the Holland Tunnel and stuff, like it could be challenging to go over there from time to time. So I arrive at I arrive I like basically it's challenging to go there. So after work I was able to go to Jersey Avenue and everything, and I was able to rail fan there and stuff. And not to mention, one thing to point out is that I'm working on a series of vlog videos and everything that I take care of while at work, because I've noticed there are different types of bus operators out there that have vlog videos and everything. Like Jay Wang, for instance, he's the director of operations for Peoria Charters in the state of Illinois and everything. And he has his vlog videos and everything, even though he's an operator. Here's a Prevost from Meredith. Oh no, Castleton. And, you know, and I've also seen a few other bus operators and truck operators operate, like city bus operators and charter bus operators. So why not a on-demand bus operator? Which again, I've yet to upload to YouTube, only because of the fact that, you know, it's been pretty busy, to be honest. Like, you know, oh, like, I'm sorry that all y'all have been receiving thus far is a series of live videos that are pre-recorded. But the thing is that I've been practically busy and stuff. Like that, like I have yet to upload, for instance, the last trip I was able to make to the city just to bus fan and rail fan and everything, which was the Flushing Meadows saga and everything. Now, for context, the Flushing Meadows saga was me taking the express bus to Manhattan and then the F train over to Flushing Meadows, south of Flushing Meadows. I was able to bus fan around there and head up to where the Long Island Railroad and the 7 train are and stuff. And then I was able, and then, and I was able to catch a few things at Flushing Meadows. Like, the one thing I always wanted to see up close was the Unisphere, and I was able to catch that. And I believe I have it on Instagram and everything. Like, I'm sure I have it on Instagram. And, that, um, like, I was able to upload portions of my trip to Instagram and stuff. Because I caught a fair share of buses. I caught the next gen hybrids, the C40 LF CNGs on the highway, which surprised me and stuff. Caught some of their blue Prevo and everything over in Queens. I believe out of Fresh Pond. I think I could be wrong. And Fresh Pond, Queens Village, JFK, whatever. Or like it was one of the Queens depots. I don't know if I was able to catch some of their CLs. Oh yeah, and that's what I wanted to say. That day I was able to take a Charleston CL on the Sim 8 and everything. And what was kind of funny was I drove to the transit center and everything to board the bus, because parking at the transit center is free for everyone that doesn't live on Staten Island. And I parked my car, and basically I started walking a little bit away from where I was supposed to get on the bus. And then next thing you know, I saw turning around the corner on the very route I wanted to take, MCI D4500CL, I believe number 4302 and everything. So I start running back like crazy to be able to catch it. And I was able to catch it, and the front row seat was open. And then even the operator was like, "You running late this morning?" Finally being able to catch my breath. And I say this in the video, just a heads up. The video will be called "Why Do I Love MCI?" All right, and basically I catch my breath. I finally say, "I'm into buses and I'm happy you're driving an MCI." Hey, and he was cool and everything. Cause basically um make the long story. And he even asked, "You thought about working for the MTA?" I'm like, "I want to, but it's part-time in that reading." Because if if I wanted to, I could easily get references to work for one subsidiary of the MTA and everything. Like on Staten Island alone, I got friends out of Charleston and Meredith, and even a friend that's a operator for the Staten Island Railway. But I got other references. Like, my dad works for the Long Island Railroad, and I even got a second cousin, I believe. Like, I don't know how to trace the family, but I got a cousin that basically worked out of West Farms in the Bronx and stuff. So basically, make the long story short, I could easily get a job with the MTA. But the thing is that there's no part-time employment available for the MTA or New Jersey Transit, because because I also thought about potentially being an operator for the light rail, yeah, the Hudson Bergen light rail, not Newark or Riverline and everything. The Newark may not be too bad, but it's too far away and stuff. Uh, and Riverline, forget it. Like, like I could probably get a job working for the Riverline light rail, but the neighborhood scares the living daylights out of me. If you're basically the only neighborhood on the planet with a diesel light rail in the United States, which amazes me, to be honest. I'm like, a diesel light rail. I'm like, what is the area so crazy that you can't have third stations and catenaries like usual? And if not catenaries, what about the APS system that Alstom has and everything? But it is what it is. And like, basically that's one of the reasons why I now work for Via and everything. I was taking care of food deliveries and stuff, and I still have my account. I still have my account to take care of food deliveries. It's just with the surge in gas prices and everything, I had to get a different job. I had to get a different job because I was paying a lot for gas, and mind you, I got a four-cylinder hatchback. And like, gas was getting too expensive even for my little car and stuff. So I had to get something where basically I wouldn't be paying so much for gas. And the the solution was for Via and everything. I love that behind this island over here and everything. I hate to have my hand in the video. Um I love that behind this island, you get to see the planes taking off from Newark Airport. I know the angle was bad, but basically what just took off was a McDouglas MC-10 for FedEx and everything. Which, I ain't gonna lie, but I even thought of an alternate reality that if I started the company, con- the conglomerate that that basically makes up my book and everything that I was able to mention yesterday. Here's the plane that I was talking about. Yeah, that's a McDouglas MC-10. But yeah, I thought of, like, in a few ideas and everything, like me buying FedEx, and then what if Amazon bought FedEx and stuff? Like, I know for Prime Air, I believe they have the Boeing 767 and everything, which is a pretty nice plane, don't get me wrong and stuff. I know personally, for fleet wise, I'm personally more in favor, or for narrow body planes, I prefer the Airbus A320 family. But for the wide body planes, I'm more of a Boeing fan and everything. Like, I personally prefer the 787 Dreamliner and stuff, only because I never took one and stuff. Like the planes that I have locked in memory for the most part are is being with JetBlue. I had to take an Airbus A320 and everything. And like, I don't think it was even one of the uh, um um what's the name of the planes that they have now, that JetBlue has now, that is going to be replaced by the A220? Basically that plane and everything. And and before JetBlue came to Newark Airport, we was flying United, and before United Continental and stuff. And for those planes, like, I for the most part remember Airbus. I don't remember Boeing and everything. Although I think one time, about more than 10 years ago and everything, we flew out west, and we was able to take, I believe, a 757, older Boeing 757 and everything. And the reason why I remember that is because, for some reason, I think I recall the plane having some of the older Pratt and Whitney engines and everything. And But like the thing is that it came with DirecTV, like almost every plane out there and stuff. And it was pretty decent. It was a pretty decent flight and stuff. But I said all that to say that if I had my own airline, my personal fleet for short haul flights and everything, and potentially long haul, I would go with the Airbus A320 family and everything, especially with the upcoming XLR that will soon come, and everything. But if there's a need for like even longer flights than that, then I would prefer the 787 Dreamliner and stuff. Because like I know I had the video, what if I had my own airline, but I basically changed up a few things about the airline and stuff. The idea that I have now is to basically almost have it like a transit service and everything. Like a little bit like how Southwest treats their planes and everything. Like how Southwest is and everything for everyone that doesn't live in the United States. It's basically the idea of Southwest. It For a normal airline, you get a assigned seat and everything, but Southwest is almost like taking a bus. Whatever seat you take is yours and stuff. And basically, like from an entrepreneurial perspective, that would seem pretty uncomfortable and everything. I mean, no, from a consumer's perspective, that would seem uncomfortable, but from an entrepreneurial perspective, that seems brilliant because the what makes the airlines lose money is not when they're on in the air. In the air, they make money, but on the ground, they lose money because of the landing fees, the fees of using the gate, and so on and so forth and stuff. The longer it stays at an airline, the more that plane loses money for the airline and stuff. So basically, I said all that to say that because of the open seating policy of Southwest, they make more money from their planes. White Nova. Ooh, from Charleston. Nice. I know sometimes Charleston buses come on the 40 route and everything. I even and you're welcome to become a Patreon member. I was able to the last time I was on the 40, coming back home and everything, because like initially the day that I took the Staten Island Railway, I was supposed to go to Flushing Meadows, but then because of the rain, I had to. Like the that trip was postponed, so I decided to take the Staten Island Railway that day, and that was my cheapest trip so far because of not taking the express bus. The cheapest and quickest trip and everything. Because I woke up, got on the 90 limited, it got to St. George in no time, and I was able to take the express to and from Tottenville, and then take the 40 back because the 90 limited wasn't running. Heading back to Amazon and everything because it's early in the morning and stuff. So I said all that to say. That basically, oh, like coming back on the 40, it was a Charleston bus and everything, and the trip was pretty decent. I mean, initially, who came on was kind of a a mentally ill individual who evaded the fare and stuff, and there was one instance where there was a dispute between that individual and the driver because the driver unintentionally missed his stop and stuff. But one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that once the bus starts moving and everything, it can't just automatically stop right away. It can't just automatically stop right away because they see you running to catch the bus, but sometimes they can't help it and everything because it's a heavier vehicle than a car, so it's not like it can just move and stop right away. And not to mention, it got the driver got to be cautious with the air brakes and a few other um things that come with just a regular transit bus, because that was a Nova Bus LFS I'm referring to and stuff. And basically I was able to take the bus back. And um yeah, altogether the driver, it's not like they're being mean and everything, because I even recall cases like years ago, for instance, when I was in high school. And even the nicest drivers is unintentionally missed my stop. And it's not that they were being neglectful and everything. I mean, one driver who was at Castleton, which I wonder if he retired or probably moved to another depot. He was cool and everything. He unintentionally missed my stop and everything. But no, no, actually, this one driver, he was cool and everything, and remembered me and was able to um like pull up and like let me board, which was cool on his end and everything. And sadly, that was back during the Orion 5 era. oh, oh man, I miss I miss the Orion 5 era, in some cases and everything. I mean, I don't miss the Orion 5 as much as I do the RTS. Which, speaking of the Orion 5s, one time, I think it was last week Monday, I believe. Yeah, it was last week Monday when when I was going over to the gas station and over on South Avenue, because I needed gas to go to work the next day, even though I didn't get. Oh, another white Nova. And this time he was from Castleton. Oh, and some cyclists are coming by too. Um, Basically, I said all that to say that I was able to take. I was able to take. What was I saying? Ugh. I was able to take a. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After going to the gas station, an EPA 10 came by. That's the best I could catch it. And anyway, I got on the bus, right? I got on. No, after going to the gas station, I drove down, and to my surprise, guys, the bus company that was over there, that where I caught the two RTSs last year and everything, the RTSs are gone for some weird reason, but now they got two Orion 5s that used to be B-lines, which surprised the living daylights out of me and everything. And I was able catch them in particular and everything. And Lewis, if you're watching this, I was able to also inform you about it and everything. And then I went over to the park I wanted to go to take care of the live stream from that day. And basically, make the long story short, that was one of the coolest. I mean, that was one. It was so cool to be able to catch the Orion 5 up close, because for a while now, for some time, there was one guy that was driving all over New York City with a former Orion 5 from driving Alexandria home safely home, or a Dash and everything, and which is a company down south, a transit agency down south and stuff. Who that got a fair share of buses and everything. Now I believe the Orion 5s are being replaced by some Proteras, some Excelsiors, and a few other buses and stuff. This parkway looks nice. And basically, make the long story short, nice butterfly right here. Trying to catch. Can y'all see the butterfly? Okay. So, sorry, got distracted. So basically, I was able to catch. So basically, like this guy with the Orion 5 kept coming all over New York City. Don't know what happened with him and everything, but I'll never forget the day that I was able to bus fan and finally catch him and everything. And you've probably seen this particular bus that I'm talking about so many times and everything. But make the long story short, or I was bus fanning in Brooklyn over by Maimonides. And the reason why I'll never forget that day in particular is because my parents were at Maimonides Hospital, and it was a few months after my dad had the surgery and everything. And by the way, that was the day when it was announced that my dad was in remission and cancer free and stuff. And basically um make the long story short, or I was at first bus fanning at Quaker Parrot Park and everything. Quaker Parrot Park Part 2, if you want to see that video, and stuff. And basically, I remember looking over to my left at another corner, and I was like, did I just see an Orion 5 over there and everything? And it surprised me. So I was like, let me go to that corner and see what's up. And I go to that corner. I'm walking down, and I'm saying to myself, probably a bus coming by. No, a Jeep. so so I'm saying to myself, watch, once I come to that corner, I'm gonna end up catching some pretty nice looking buses and everything. I arrive at that corner. First thing I see at a corner was Muncie Tours MCI 102 DL3 and everything. And basically I caught that mostly some C40 LFs and everything. The one CNG Excelsior, which is on the thumbnail of that video. And and for context, I saw two buses coming at the same time. I saw the Excelsior, and from a distance, I saw what I thought was a bus and everything. But I was like, I'm sure that's a bus and stuff. And to my surprise, it was the Orion 5. The Orion 5 comes by. You don't see this in the video, but the driver was smiling at me. He was cool. And, I'm panning like this and everything. And what you don't see, and what no one saw because it was the height of the pandemic, was the smile on my face for catching the Orion 5 and everything. Because the Orion 5 was one of the many buses that I thought I would never ever catch on my channel and everything. Now, including the ones that I caught over by South Avenue, that makes four and everything. The one dash and one from Beeline that I caught at Central Park last year, and basically one more that the two that I was able to catch and everything. And I might have a chance to upload it to YouTube because I have an unplanned week off from work this week. What happened was, normally I don't work on Thursday, but I decided to give myself an extra day and everything. And basically, for context, if you ever work for Via Jersey City, Thursdays is normally when all the time slots for the following week becomes available. And while I'm out driving or whatever was going on and everything, I was able to finally go on break, but I missed the deadline to be able to catch the schedule to work for Via, to have my work schedule for the week and stuff, because like it went out like hotcakes and everything. And it kind of stinks only because of the fact that I just wanted to get some decent work done and everything. I mean, now it doesn't matter because I believe it's going to rain this week. I believe it's going to rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it gives me the opportunity to get other stuff done. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to upload any other videos to YouTube and everything. Sorry, but you gotta imagine, like, there's been a lot going on. Like, if I could take an entire month off and everything, if it was possible to take an entire month off from from my my responsibilities and everything, because my life doesn't revolve around YouTube and everything. And like I got a job and everything. I got stuff that I take care of and everything, being involved in nonprofit educational work and everything that I have no problem discussing and everything, but at the same time, I don't wish to discuss it on social media, only because of the fact that some may consider it partially controversial and everything, even though the group this itself, despite the group itself and everything that I'm involved with, has done and generally nothing wrong altogether and stuff. And the ones that did anything wrong, like, it wasn't the group's fault. That was basically that person themselves that messed things up on their own. But like, again, I don't want to discuss it any further on social media and everything, because while there are some of you that may be well-meaning individuals, there may be others that may just want to stir up controversy and everything. It's like, before they got rid of the number of dislikes shown on YouTube, it always annoyed me when I saw, like, there's a video of that I've seen of some baby pandas playing in a custom playground in China, which I think is one of the cutest videos of all time and everything. And there's always one individual that always gives the video a thumbs down for some reason, and it upsets me. I'm like, how can you see a beautiful video like this and give it a thumbs down and everything? Which is kind of the sad case of the fact that no matter what you do, no one will be happy, unfortunately. In fact, I realized this is especially when playing SimCity, for instance, which is another game that, you know, another thing that I was able to make some slight recordings of, but was unable to upload to YouTube recently. But like, for instance, before the glitch that came up a few months ago and everything, and with the game where I had to uninstall and reinstall it, um, basically, basically there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of drama going on. There was a lot of drama going on with regards to making sure that I got everything finalized. No, there was a lot of drama where it seemed like a constant glitch was happening, where people kept protesting in front of the what the game called City Hall. I called in front of City Hall, which I call the Capitol building, because in my region I named my region the United Empire and stuff. Anyway, like, they kept protesting in front of the Capitol, and they also been protesting in front of what the game calls the mayor's mansion. I call it the Royal House and stuff, because one thing I don't do is, because since I'm in sandbox mode and stuff, I only have one city hall and one mayor's mansion, because that's all that's needed for me, the king of the United Empire. But anyway, hey, there was a case that was going on where people just kept protesting in front of the place and everything, and they said they were protesting because there was no education available. Mind you, I was plopping in school after school and everything, but it just basically showed my point. Eventually that was able to get settled before the glitch took place, but like, I was able to, get the situation settled. But sadly, the game glitched up a bit where I couldn't get on for some reason, and y'all probably saw it on Twitter around that time. But one thing I was able to do, I was able to uninstall and reinstall it because my next option was to get City Skylines and everything, which I ain't gonna lie, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been much more like 10 years ago, when SimCity 2013 first came out, like I got that game blindly with my old ideas and everything, and thinking that this game is the closest I'll ever be to achieving all my ideas fully and stuff. But my ideas have since changed and everything. But I still like to play the game and everything, even though I take care of things a little bit better now. Like the buses in my region, I do not mess around with public transportation. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I am when it comes to public transportation. I make sure the buses are as fast as possible, direct, and with fewer stops, with good bus stop spacing, so that way it's like they're not too close to each other and everything. So I have that. Here comes the white Nova. So y'all know me when it comes to buses personally. Y'all know I don't mess around. I think I've taken 8219 before. Who knows? If it was a blue Nova, I would have been upset. Because out of all of the blue Novas on Staten Island, I've yet to take any of Castleton's. And mind you, Castleton is my Home Depot and everything. Y'all may have seen a lot of times when I've taken a Prevost from Charleston, but that's because of me, for the most part, driving to either the mall or the transit center to be able to take the bus from Charleston and stuff, and a few times from Meredith and everything. Like one time, I meant to take the Sim 8X. I meant to take the Sim 8X. In fact, it was the day that I was able to take the M9 for the Long Island Railroad for the very first time. Anyway, the Sim 8X, I was trying to see if it was running and everything. So I got to an area on Staten Island, basically the last stop where it was. Prevost behind me. 2500. I took that exact bus 2 weeks ago in the Sim 35. Oh wait, that was last week. Yeah, I took that bus last week on the Sim 35. But anyway, hey, I was able, like, I don't mess around with public transportation when it comes to Sim City and everything, and I don't mess around with a few other things. But my main goal is transportation. Like it's I know amongst many city planners and everything, whether actual city planners or amateurs like myself, I know there are some that is not a big fan of SimCity 2013. Like, and in a way, it's kind of a game somewhat for beginners and everything. And some legitimate planners prefer to play City Skylines because, in a way, you could go more in detail with City Skylines than you could try in SimCity and stuff. Like, you got the S40 right here, for instance. You could actually create legitimate bus routes that go from one place to the next in City Skylines, but you can't do it in SimCity. Like SimCity, how the buses are in SimCity, how the city buses are, and even the double-decker buses that I have, it runs more like Via. It runs more like Via, to be honest. It was like like to me, it seemed like Via before Via, where it just goes in a random direction wherever, and there's no telling where you're gonna go and everything and where you're gonna end. It's just like Via. It's just like Via. The only thing is that everyone sees the bus stop and no one is honking behind you and everything, which It rarely happens, but like that's the thing. I just wish that for via there could be a way for others to know that there's a bus stop that's a via stop and everything. I mean, there's only two places that I could think of where everyone knows that's a via stop: at Journal Square and at Grove Street, and also at Exchange Place and Newport and everything. Basically, the areas where you see more passengers get on or off the vans and everything and go to wherever they're gonna go and stuff. And basically, it is what it is and stuff. But anyway, I said all that to say that uh, um, not every not everyone is a big fan of City Skylines. I mean, no, of SimCity 2013 and everything. And um, if like it is kind of a game where if you're in the beginning stages of city planning, then I wouldn't encourage it and stuff. But if if you plan to be a legitimate city planner, then I would encourage like saving up to try to get city skylines and stuff. Because with city skylines, you go in way more detail, like how you want everything to be from water to waste management to pollution control, and it even highlights noise pollution and everything, which amazes me. And not to mention special districts, how you want the streets to run. Like it's in so much more detail than SimCity. It ain't funny and everything. And not to mention it has more transportation options available. One thing it doesn't have is travelators. But not that many people have travelators to begin with. Like, seriously, that's one thing I wish they could have in City Skylines. Just travelators and escalators are available so that you could go in even greater detail. They have everything else. Why not have that? And that's just me and stuff. And anyway, and like I've checked out some channels like City Planner Plays and a few others that play city skylines, and I even seen some of the mods that are available because I've had my Steam account, for instance, for almost 10 years and everything. And I have my Steam account for almost 10 years ever since I got Train Simulator Classic, back when it was Train Simulator 2014 and everything. And you know, no, I've had that game for some time and everything, and I've been considering getting. I've had considered in the past before the potential of getting City Skylines, but then I opted out of it and stuff. It's not that I don't want to play it, and it's not that it doesn't look fun. It does, but it would just take up way more time than necessary and everything. And mind you, I already have the complete edition of SimCity. I have everything from the Cities of Tomorrow expansion to to sites from around the world, sites and landmarks and everything else from around the world. Like, depending on the city, like if the capacity is high, then I replace the regular municipal buses with double-decker buses, which accommodates for 20 more people. Yeah, I think 20 more people than the regular buses and stuff. They accommodate for 100 people each, which I love and everything. And, you know, no, it helps. It helps. Like, I legitimately run the United Empire, in a certain way and everything. Like, I try to make sure that traffic is efficient. Like, even though I didn't like that the glitch happened, it gave me the opportunity to work on a great works project that I never gave much consideration to, and that's the arcology. Now, I've had SimCity 2013 for almost 10 years because I got it shortly before it came out and everything. I got no, I got it shortly after it came out, and basically, with that game, it gave me the opportunity. It gave me it gave me the opportunity. It gave me the chance to like really be a beginner of city planning in a way. And basically, with regards to the game aim and everything, I've had it for almost 10 years, and like I was like, I wouldn't mind getting the complete edition and stuff so that, I could be able to reorganize the United Empire in a certain way. But um that's what I was saying. Initially, like, I tried all the other Great Works projects. I tried I tried the airport, I've tried the what's it called? I tried the airport, I tried the space center, and I tried the solar farm. Before the glitch, I had 4 solar farms throughout my region. I had 16 cities and 4 solar farms. The bright side about having the solar farm is that you do not need you do not need any power plant inside of your city and everything, which I'm happy about and stuff. But the problem is that even though it fulfills a number of job opportunities, it also builds up traffic. It builds up traffic in a certain way. So um, I switched from the solar farm to having the arcology after the glitch and everything. In fact, the day that I took the Staten Island Railway and everything, I started up my SimCity game, and I was able to restart my SimCity game the day before and everything, because that was when I was able to uninstall and reinstall the game. And basically, once the time was right, Blue Nova. Sorry, I'm all the way down here, but hey, it's the best I could catch. Anyway, I was able to catch. I was able to catch the no, I was able to give orders to start working on the arcology and everything. Like I had a trade port, import all the resources and everything, because at first it was from the capital city and everything, the capital of the United Empire. And basically, while I was out, they was able to successfully build the arcology and stuff, which I was really happy about, and everything, because I was out for about 2 hours. I was out of my house for about 2 hours and everything, and then afterwards I was able to. I hope I didn't step in anything, but I was able to finish the arcology. Now, a few questions, of course, came to mind, like what on earth is arcology, and a few other things. Like, basically, make the long story short, it's a steroid-sized apartment. It's a giant apartment and complex and everything, and that houses even more people than inside of your city and everything. And one thing you just got to do is make sure that there's plenty of job opportunities available. Like, personally, since I have the Cities of Tomorrow expansion, one thing I don't have is the one thing I don't have is commercial zoning, but instead I got shopping malls inside the mega towers and everything. How I basically have it organized: if it's the regular mega tower, it's the low tech office, then the waste reduction level, then the educational level, then the which basically you can have that instead of schools, instead of regular schools and everything, because they also come with plenty of school buses for everyone. Um, and then you have the Sky Bridge. Then you have for the regular mega towers, I prefer to go with the low for with the low wealth of apartment buildings and everything, which accommodates for the most people. Uh, and then you have at times I vary between either between either the nuclear power plant, which gives off clean nuclear power and everything, even though I think there's no such thing, and or the low tech office and stuff. Huh? Been on here for about an hour, and then you have the low wealth mall level, the low wealth shopping mall level, and then you have the crown and stuff. Of and basically my advice with the office levels and everything, and go with the lowest tech possible. For the regular mega tower, it's the low tech. For the elite mega tower, it's the medium tech office. Only because of the fact that you need to have as many jobs available as possible. Now, another thing that definitely helps with traffic and stuff, and this is actually based off of real life, is that you got to have as many jobs available as possible locally and everything. The reason why, for instance, the Gowanus Expressway is often crowded is because you have a lot of people coming from Staten Island and even Brooklyn combined, driving to work to the city and everything. And like, even though there's nothing wrong with driving out and everything, if there's too many is inside of their cars, then there's more traffic and stuff. And another cool thing that I might add about the arcology is that some of the residents that live in the arcology, many of them come by bus. So that means that there are even fewer cars on the road. So it definitely helps with traffic 100% and everything. Which is why I decided to choose that and everything. Now, one thing that I find unusual is that at times there's a plague outbreak that may occur from the arcology and stuff. And down to this day, I don't know why on earth. I don't know what's the solution to solve it and everything. But it happens. But I always have my hospitals ready on standby just in case and everything. Because again, I don't mess around when it comes to traffic and everything. I have it organized in the best way I could with the circumstances that are available in the game and stuff. Like, unfortunately, the way the game is designed, it seems like it's more geared towards being more car oriented. Like, it doesn't even come with cycling lanes, for instance. And it's like it's more car oriented and stuff, which well-meaning developers and everything that tried with the resources that they did, but they know that if they added more, then it would have been a little bit too much for the game. In fact, sadly, the developers no longer support the game and stuff, which I think is kind of sad, but it is what it is and everything. But I commend them for trying at least. Anyway, wait, I just still play. I still play Sim City and everything, and basically I was able to take care. I've easily taken care of traffic to the best of my ability. Make sure the buses are fast and direct. Make sure that there's a good amount of buses and everything, but not too many buses. Like, depending on the circumstances, if you don't have too many bus stops, for instance, you don't need too many buses and everything. Like, each garage accommodates for 3 buses at a time, and you could go up to 8 garages is at your depot, so that makes 24 and stuff. So you got to have them all available. And another mistake that I made a while back is replacing the shuttle buses with regular municipal buses and everything. That's a huge mistake and stuff, because the the municipal buses, like, they go outside of the city and everything. The shuttle buses stay inside. The shuttle buses stay inside and everything, and that's one mistake you gotta try to avoid. That's one mistake you gotta try to avoid and stuff. So make sure you have plenty of shuttle buses available within the city. Don't get rid of them and everything, because they look small and insignificant, but they help out a lot, just like Via. uh, Because, like, the way that I would personally organize traffic, now, one thing that many believe is that some believe that the answer to traffic is having a bunch of traffic lights and stuff. Now, I'm not denying that traffic lights help out in some way, shape, or form, and everything. In some cases, they do, and everything. And in some cases, we need them, and everything. Like the biggest mistake it would be to get rid of all the traffic lights. But what would be an even bigger mistake is to have traffic lights at every corner on the planet, and everything. And like, there are some corners that are even now more congested than ever because they have traffic lights and everything. Mind you, a light like this is technically a smart light and everything. Like, let me show you. Like, I don't know where the equipment is located and stuff, but basically, if a car ends up coming down, if a car ends up coming down this way right now and everything, these lights will turn red. These lights will turn red, so that way the cars along this street, the collector would be able to stop, so that everyone could proceed and everything and everything. Or I believe this was a smart light and everything. You know what? Now that I look at it, it's not and stuff. But there have been some cases with smart light being available. Prevo. It's called Another Transit Video Live, so got both a Prevo and an EPA. Nice. But I said all that to say that basically, like, having a traffic light at every corner, even a smart light, is generally not the answer. What would help is if there were, hold on, I see a lanternfly right here. Now, these are bugs that look nice, but you have to kill and everything. I call it Plague 8 in modern times. Darn! And fly away fast and everything. You got to find the right moment to trap. Here we go. And they're sneaky. They are very sneaky. Like they have my respect the way they're able to move away. They're faster than me when it comes to video games and everything. But yeah, like having a traffic light at every corner is generally not the answer. What's in even smart lights that see cars come in is also not the answer. What actually helps is for the collector to, in some cases, not all cases, have more of a right of way in some cases, while at the same time the dividers and everything, like on streets like this, have more yielding signs and fewer stop signs, and the few stop signs that become prevalent should mainly be available for either cars passing by on the other side, especially at an all-way stop sign, an all-way or a three-way stop sign, because sometimes it's kind of a T-bone shape, and and also having a yielding sign, no, for pedestrians and stuff, because let's face it, sometimes you could be at it, because the worst case to have is when you're driving somewhere where there's not so many cars and you're at a red light and there are no cars or people going the other way, because it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. It's a pain in the neck, I know, but it happens to all of us and everything. And it is what it is and everything. Now, what would be better, of course, is to make sure or that it's better suited for pedestrians and everything. Because the problem with having areas like around here a little bit more car oriented is that let me wait for them to pass. And boy, that's a loud engine. And um, basically, the downside of having an area that's more car oriented is that at times it could be a little dangerous, especially if you're out walking, which would encourage even more people to be in their cars, which would also cause even greater traffic congestion and stuff. What helps is not only like making things like a little bit better for cars, because in some cases you want to make it better for cars, but in other cases you don't want to make it too comfortable and everything. Like another reason why saying having no traffic light like is not the solution is because look at the highways. A lot of highways don't have any traffic lights, but some cringe at boarding a highway because of how congested it could be and everything. Wonder if that was like one of my friends and everything. It almost looked like them, but I doubt it and everything. Cause for context and everything, I have some friends and stuff that have sadly recently tested positive for COVID and stuff, and they're in the middle of recovering, and they're like, honestly, and I don't mind saying this live, one of the like two of the sweetest people I know. It's a mother and daughter and everything that are both in the medical field and everything. Like two of like the nicest individuals I know. Oh, like always ready to help out anyone at a moment's notice and stuff. And thankfully they are still recovering, and I'm happy about that and everything. And they've taken the proper precautions necessary and everything. They've been sheltering in place. That's why I doubt that it was them and stuff. But you know, oh, they've done everything they can to stay safe and everything. And you know, oh, like I gotta commend them and everything. I gotta commend them and everything for doing everything they can to like stay safe and not to mention recover and stuff, because I'm gonna let y'all know I even had some friends that I lost due to COVID, which you know is sad and everything. And and what's sad is the fact that the pandemic is generally not over yet. Like I still have my mask on. Let me put it up right now because someone's passing right by me and everything. But it's like it's true that there are some more vaccinations available. It's true that we could be able to take care of some more stuff than we was able to 2 years ago when the pandemic first occurred. But at the same time, we still have to be safe. If we're not safe, then they could endanger not just us, but really the ones that we love and everything. Like I try to take as much precautions as I can when I'm at work, for instance. And it's like when I'm in the van, I got my mask up whenever there are passengers inside and everything. And commendably, I do have a fair share of passengers that do wear masks and everything, and when they're going from one place to the next, and that is 100% commendable. I got to commend them for that. All right, so I've been on here for over an hour and everything, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the live stream and stuff. Oh, what's happening right now is the allergy buildup and everything. That's why I'm trying to clear my throat. But either way, what are your thoughts on this video? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, you're welcome to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and also to become a Patreon member at patreon.com/dreamjournalprojects. and then basically that's it and stuff. So the pre-recorded this video was pre-recorded on August 7th 2022, and basically that's it and everything. I thought I was going to see another bus just now. It would be nice to catch just one more bus before ending. I know there are some individuals right now waiting for the 40, but basically that's it for me and everything. Initially, like, if I had time, I would have been able to just take the bus and that was it. But guess not. Either way, I'll see y'all later.